We're drafting the most iconic jersey numbers in the NFL.
Right.
Question for you to determine the first pick. Which player changed his number from 96 to 99 in honor of Jerome Brown in 1992 and then went on to win Defensive Player of the Year that season?
Right. I saw this. I mean, wow. Is it that easy? You're thinking it's that easy? I mean, 96. There's only one guy I can think
92.
of.
92.
He was 92, and he went to 90.
Defensive Player of the Year.
No, he was 96.
He was 96.
Right.
Went to 99 in honor of Jerome Brown and won Defensive Player of the Year in 92.
I'm going to say it's Clyde Simmons because that's the only 96 I can think of. Who is it?
Cortez Kennedy.
Oh,
Cortez
my gosh. Yep. Man, I wouldn't have. Yeah, good one there. Man, Cortez Kennedy, a baller who kind of, doesn't get the credit he ever deserves because he's never on a big winning team there in Seattle. Wow.
Yeah. All right. And these are largely driven by personal preferences and memories. Yeah. And I've told this story before. For me, the moment that I realized the NFL was a big deal was the Immaculate Reception game. And Franco Harris was, the rookie that everyone loved in and around Pittsburgh back in the early 70s. And the house I grew up in was number 32. There was always been that resonance for 32.
Right.
So without question, the first number I think of when football comes around is 32.
I got you.
And it's because of Franco Harris.
Yeah, I hear that. 32, of course, is an iconic number, too, because when I think of 32, I think of Jim Brown always right off the bat. But, damn, there's a lot of studs that have worn 32 over the year, Marcus Allen and so on. Okay, good one by you. I think when I just think of numbers, I don't know why. I just think, like, when I think 56, I think Lawrence Taylor. All right, that to me is one that will always just be ingrained in my brain. I mean, Lawrence Taylor, trendsetter, nothing like him in the history of the sport until he got there. He was almost 20, 30 years ahead of his time as far as that's concerned. Yeah, I'm biased, and I got to see it every Sunday growing up and all of that. But, man, when I think of football and defensive football, I think of Lawrence Taylor and that attitude and everything he brought to it. And 56 to me is iconic because of him.
Next one for me, and again, this is what's wired into your brain from when you're a kid. It's 12, and 12 was just the default quarterback number. The original TB12, Terry Bradshaw. Now Tom Brady has completely co-opted it to the point where you think of 12, you think of Brady, but I think of 12, I think of Bradshaw, and that just was like, quarterback's number 12, quarterback's number 12. Even though plenty of great quarterbacks wore different numbers, to me, first number that a quarterback would wear is 12.
Yeah, 12. I mean, Staubach, Bradshaw, Stabler, Rodgers, Brady. I mean, it's unreal how many greats have been 12, right? I mean, it really is that way. It's probably the most special number, actually, all of football when you really break it down. When I guess I'm taking more of the route of just one, like a guy that I think of that's like when you just think that number, you think of that person. And the other one, 19. We haven't seen any 19s, and that's Johnny U. That's Johnny U time. To me, that's just like when I see that number, it doesn't matter what sport it is. I could be watching a basketball game and see 19, and I go, Johnny U. It comes into my brain. Oh, there's a baseball guy, 19, Johnny U. It's not a very, popular number. It never has been. And of course, it belongs to him as far as football is concerned.
Yeah, and it is weird that it never really caught on. There weren't a lot of guys in the 70s and 80s who emulated Johnny Unitas that wanted to wear number 19. It's not like something that every team's got a 19. 19 is probably available on more rosters right now than not. But I don't know. Maybe just people thought, I can never live up to Johnny Unitas, so I'm not even going to try. The other one for me has got to be 88. 88's always Alan Page, back to the 70s and growing up, but there's something about 88, and I didn't like it when they started letting receivers wear numbers in the teens. I think they should only wear numbers in the 80s because it's those and the numbers in the 80s and specifically 88. That to me was the receiver. Lynn Swann, even though it was Alan Page on the defensive side, it was Lynn Swann on the offensive side.
Yeah, right. Michael Irvin, those guys. That guy that Drew Pearson and that great catch he had. I mean, there's been some good 88s.
That would be a reason to not like 88.
That's a good one.
12 and 80. I can't believe 12 and 88 are on my list.
I know, but I kind of tried to be a little. I'm gonna go 92. Just with when I think of iconic numbers, 92. I think of Reggie White. Like it really, when I sit here and think about it, I go, what other great 92s are there in the history of football? I mean, Michael Strahan, good job, Pete. That's one, certainly. But that just, again, 92 is ingrained in my brain, and I think about Reggie White every time because I watched him smush my father for 8 years in a row. So I'm just always like, oh, 92. It like makes me shake in my boots.
Other ones for me, 7-1 and 00. We talked about 00 last week, Jim Otto.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.